Hey, how are we doing? It's Devonta over here, Veteran Home Realty. And today we're going to label this video, I do not want to be a landlord. Outside of Starbucks right here, Orlando, Florida. No mocha or frappuccino for me today. Just water on a very, very hot day. I think it was about 93 degrees. It's very, very, very hot. It's just in and out of townhouses the whole day, and had to drink plenty of water. I think I was up to about 4 bottles of water today. Yeah, here in Orlando, Florida. It's about my fourth month. I actually just had a birthday on Saturday. I was 20. I am now 26 years old. Yay me! Another year, still going. So yeah, water today. No frappuccino. I usually like the milk chocolate or frappuccino or cappuccino. I was really big on cappuccinos growing up as a kid. So Starbucks right here is just a really good place with really good people that work here, and to kind of relieve tension and relax a little bit and kick back, and a lot of good people come through this area, so I feel comfortable coming to Starbucks and unwinding a little bit. So good news. So this video right here is going to be named "I do not want to be a landlord," and or "I do not have time to rent out my house." Also, I just want to be done. I'm retiring. I built another property, or I am building another property. I'm going to move there. I have acres, and I just want to sell this house and don't have to worry about it. Now, these are all comments and objections that are all very reasonable. A lot of sellers that I do meet and do talk to, they are, you know, retiring baby boomers, and they just want to be done with their house. They don't have to worry about somebody renting it and worry about having to deal with them and go back and forth. If something happens, they have to evict them. They just want to retire, smooth sailing. Or a lot of people, they they need the cash, from the sale of the first house to buy another house. Let's all that into perspective. Let's start off with I do not want to be a landlord. Okay, so let's start off with that subject. So, when sellers say I don't want to be a landlord, sellers such as yourself, the main thing is, well, I don't want to have to receive calls, to fix the furnace, to fix the water heater, fix the toilet. I don't want to have to deal with things like that. Now, with doing a lease purchase or a rent to own, you know, doing one of those two criterias, it's facilitated the paperwork that the buyer is actually responsible for all repairs and maintenance. So you got to understand, this buyer is way different than a renter. They're coming in and they're putting significant money down. They got skin in the game, and they're also signing. They're also signing a paperwork saying that they are willing to assume all repairs and maintenance. So somebody willing to sign that is coming in there with a lot of skin in the game and a lot of risk. Not only are they coming out of pocket, thousands of dollars, and skin in the game, but they also know that if anything were to happen with the house from this point on, signing the paperwork, that they are responsible for it. So for all they know, they could sign the paperwork and next week a furnace go out, and that's $3,000 right there. So they're assuming that risk. So the a buyer coming in and signing a rent to own or lease purchase, is 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 a very, very serious buyer and a very, very qualified buyer. And this is why I love this business, is because you have people that aren't tire kickers and are extremely, extremely motivated, extremely, extremely serious to become a homeowner and enjoy the homeowner experience. That's the real lifeblood of the business of why I deal with, people with houses $200,000 and up, depending on the demographic, but that's my average on, majority of house range prices. You're getting your more qualified buyer and more qualified, serious person, so, to add to that comment of I do not want to be a landlord, they're assuming that burden for you. They're being their own landlord since there's a start date and an end date of when they buy the house, when they first start renting it, and when they're officially going to go to ownership of it. They are coming in and going through the whole agreement with knowing that this is their house. As soon as they sign on the dotted line, it's no longer your responsibility. It is now, through the court of law and through all legal bindings, their house, and they must maintain responsibility for the maintenance and repairs. So there would be no calling at 12 o'clock in the morning to fix toilet seat or toilet or plumbing or anything of that nature. So now you understand. You understand why you will not be a landlord. You understand that objection right there. Another one is, well, I just want to sell my house and I just want to be done. And well, interesting point on that is, you know, uh, let's see if I can do a screen share here. All right. Okay. We are going to go up to calculator. This is really, really powerful. Okay, so um, a lot of you sellers are free and clear, on your house. You want to sell your house, just want to be done with it. You don't own a mortgage, you don't own a note, and you don't own nothing. You're completely done, and now you just want to build your other house or move to your other house and leave this one behind. So I'm going to introduce you into a little concept of what the banks do, and if you are retired, a good quote that we have here in real estate is, okay, if you have a house and you don't have a note on it, why kill the golden goose? So here's just a quick example. It's not going to be exactly 100% perfect, but I'll give you the rough estimate of it. So let's say that you have, let's say that you have your house at $350,000 that you're going to sell on owner finance to, lease purchase buyer, right? So let's say that they come with $50,000 down, right? They come with $50,000 down. So, now the buyer is all the way in for 400,000, right? They came with $50,000 down. So let's say they're paying $2,500 a month. Let's do that by $2,500 a month times 12. So that is $30,000 a year. See how I'm going with that? And if you're free and clear, of course you got to pay, your taxes and stuff like that. But understand, depending on, well, actually that depends. If it's 100% complete owner financing, we can get into that, and not just a rent to own and lease purchase. Let's say you decide to, do a 100% owner financing up to 30 years. The seller pays, I mean, the buyer pays taxes and insurance, then this is, 100% cash flow. Now, if you got some other things that you need to pay, um, uh, I don't know. I can't think of exactly right now what you would need to pay, but if you're receiving $2,500 a month, from the rent, then this is what you'd be getting a year. So let's say, you do it by 30 years. See where I'm going with that? So that's almost $1 million, $900,000 on top of the down payment. So if you're retired, you're 55, you're 65, however old you are, if you got grandkids, you want to put through college, pay for a dorm room, pay for tuition, you know, an additional $30,000 a year, could be helpful. Whatever it is, vacation, if you want to travel, so and just add to it that you're not a lot of landlords do this, and a lot of their profit has to go towards repairs. Something goes wrong, and then it eats up their profit. Then they got to take that profit, and then they have to put it towards this water heater, or take this profit, and and it becomes a nightmare. But with this, it is so powerful, because if you get in a really serious buyer, you get in a doctor, a diesel mechanic, somebody that you'll never hear from possibly again. There's people you can get in the properties that we deal with, people you put in the properties and you never hear from them. They send you a check in the mail, and the only time you ever see them is when you want to drive by the property to make sure everything's still okay. But you never hear from them. They're sending the check in the mail, and everything is copacetic. So, and that's the power of it, of people assuming all responsibilities and maintenance, for the property, all repairs and maintenance. You don't have to hear from them. You can make $30,000 a year, depending on whatever it is. This is just an example. You make $30,000 a year for someone that you won't have to hear from. Now, what is your portfolio investment? What is that giving you a month? What is that giving you a year? Is it giving you $2,500 guaranteed a month? Is it giving you $30,000 a year? Could it give you $1 million in 30 years? And it goes beyond that too, because a lot of you sellers have more than one property. So, just a few examples of, how powerful, just a situation like a lot of you sellers are in, that can really help your life. So, that's just one video for today. I will definitely be making videos every day, maybe a couple of videos. And, this is just fun for me. I like to actually let people see my face. Let them know that I'm more than just just a regular, real estate person, and I actually do have personality, and it's more than just about hey, I can do this service for you, sign a contract, and let's get it done. Yeah, I like to have that personal relationship as well. So you can actually see that I'm actually a real flesh and blood human being, and I definitely like to establish that connection. So we'll definitely be uploading more videos as time goes on, and any more of your objections, and just provide more content and more education. This is Devante from Veteran Home Realty. You have a great and blessed day. Take care.